We're going to start standing for just a moment. We're going to make our way back down in a little bit to like kind of warm up the spine a little more. But you can make your way to the front of the mat and bring the hands to heart center. Let your eyes soften or close. Begin to connect with your breath here. Allow your thumbs to rest on your sternum. Becoming aware of your body breathing and the subtle movement of the body breathing. It's been a couple of weeks or just a little time in between practices. And it's a good opportunity to just feel your way back in, really without even having too much direction here in the beginning. Just allowing yourself to begin to notice again. It's that coming back home moment where things, as you shared, might have shifted, perspectives changed, and just observing today how that magic and those shifts of energy roll through your practice, roll into this evening. Just starting to move into this new space. Allow your mind to be open and releasing any holds of past practices, any expectations from the past, and coming to your practice fresh. Coming back to your body fresh. You can keep the eyes closed and allow the hands to come back down to the sides. And feel your body opening into Tadasana. Maybe a little lift through the legs, the spine, lifting through the neck and the top of the head. Notice where the breath is filling up the body. If you can maybe direct that breath a little more into the belly as you grow tall. And drawing the shoulders open. Drawing down the backs of the shoulders, the arms, and the backs of the hands. The fingertips draw down towards the earth as the crown of the head lifts up towards the sky. Taking a couple more breaths here, inviting a spaciousness into your stance. Letting your breath be exactly as it needs to be in this moment without judging whether it's good or bad or full or short, just observing how it transforms. Let your arms reach out to the sides, and when they come up to the height of the shoulders, take a little pause here, and you can bat open the eyes, a light gaze, stretching out through the fingertips. Taking a full breath in here at the middle and out. And then continuing the journey of the arms, reaching all the way overhead. Finding the full length of your body, pressing down through feet and up through fingers. Let the gaze go wherever it feels best. And then bend the elbows. You're just going to let the arms rain down, softening the knees, bending from the hips, and come into a forward fold. Let the spine unravel slowly, slowly. Movement or not is up to you. You can hold on to opposite elbows. You can keep fingers on blocks or the mat. And take 5 to 10 deep breaths here in your fold.
allowing the muscles and skin of the face to release with gravity, playing around in the bend of the knees, the letting go through the mind. Maybe even move the wrists around a bit here. Just notice what's calling out in your body and let that express itself through either movement or stillness, through a letting go, through your breath. And then pick up your toes and bring them back down to the mat. Do that a couple more times, just rocking to the heels, pick up the toes, and then let them come back down. And then one more time, like you're playing piano with your feet. Taking one more breath here in your fold. And then bending the knees a lot, opening the eyes if they were closed, and reverse swan dive slowly, coming all the way up to the sky. Hands come down through heart center and back into Tadasana. Allow the blood to rebalance. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands come behind the back. And interlace the fingers. Take a little loop with the shoulders, drawing the knuckles down. Press firmly into the heels and lift from the arches. The tailbone draws down to protect the lower back and lengthen the spine, and really lifting up through the chest. And you can take a little movement here. Maybe you go a little side to side with the shoulders or the arms, or let the head move around a bit. Just to explore and let your breath become nice and full. And release the arms. Inhale, bring them up overhead. Bend the elbows. Exhale, raining all the way down. Forward fold, let the head go. Halfway lift, flat back. Hold it here for a full breath. A lot of space between shoulders and ears, a little lift in the belly. And on your next exhale, hinge from the hips and fold back down. Let the head go. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms come up. Hands come behind the back again. Interlace the fingers, this time with the opposite thumb on top. Root down into the feet. Open the chest, tailbone draws down. Maybe the chin lifts a little more. You can explore, try something different. Release the hands, inhale up to the sky. Forward fold, exhale, soften elbows and knees and head. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, and then step back into downward facing dog. Let's take a couple petals through the heels. And then come down onto the knees into tabletop to child's pose. Arms outstretched. Walk your fingertips forward, finding the length in the shoulders and the ribs. And let your head relax, maybe a rock side to side, or just breathing into the stillness. Softening through the jaw and the neck. Take this quiet moment to set an intention. Imagine now this intention flowing with you as you move. And as you inhale, bring that intention in the body forward into tabletop. Lower the belly, look forward, cow. And round the spine, cat. Inhale, belly lowers, option to tuck the toes. And round the spine, grip into the fingertips, cat. Just one more time. Nice and easy. And coming back into your tabletop and extend the right leg back and left arm forward. Finding your balance and stability first, and then we'll move with the breath. With your next exhale, elbow to knee, and inhale, reach it out. Elbow to knee, and extend. One more time, draw it in. Extend arm and foot, and then this time bend the elbow and knee, fire hydrant, bring those limbs out to the side and hold it here. Lifting away from the ground, just waking up that energy. And release, come into tabletop, a little child's pose in between. Softening. Coming forward to table, and then we'll switch sides. Sending the right arm out and left leg back. Good, and then moving with your breath, exhaling to draw it in, and inhale to send it out. Good, 2 more times on your own. And after the third one, extending all the way out, and then fire hydrant pose as you bend the elbow and knee to the sides of your mat and hold it here. Just check in with your body, how and where you can engage. And then let it come back down, a mini child's pose in between. Soften your hips, your head, extend the arms, cycling your breath. Letting the whole body breathe. Right, letting that feel really nice and juicy and good in the body to receive that full breath. Listen to your breath, and we'll transition into downward facing dog, guiding yourself there. Maybe a little more movement in the legs. And then anchor into the left foot. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Knee to nose, draw it in underneath. Inhale, extend out. Knee to right elbow will fire up through the core. Send the right leg up and out. And cross over to the left elbow. Inhale up and out. And then just let the right toes come down to the mat, downward dog. Switch sides, left leg lifts. Knee to nose. Inhale out. Knee to left elbow. Inhale. Knee to right elbow. Three-legged dog. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. This time bend the knee and open your hip. Taking an extra breath or two here to gaze under the right shoulder and to explore any movement in that right hip or ankle. Straighten the leg. Knee to nose, hold it here, and then step through between the hands for a low lunge. Lower the back knee, untuck the toe, and then just rise up with the spine. You can let the arms be by the sides for a moment and anchor into the legs. And then coming out wide, all the way overhead, bring the right hand down to the hip and take a side bend up and over. You can use that right hand to just gently press into the right hip. And release, left arm comes down. Inhale, both arms come back up. And exhale, hands to the mat, tuck the toe, and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose. Lower down to the mat, any version you'd like of chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Playing around with any movement here, gazing under the left armpit. Then straighten the leg, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Step through between the hands, lower the back knee, and then roll the spine, coming up, arms by the sides. Inhale, arms come out wide and overhead, and then releasing the left hand down to the hip and reaching up and over. Not straining in the shoulder, but kind of thinking like your downward dog, there's an engagement and a stretch, but not overextending. Soften right arm down. Both arms come overhead as you breathe in. Exhale, hands down, tuck the toes, step back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga, see if you can lower halfway down. Either cobra or up dog, keeping the body hovering, and downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Knee to nose, hover, and then step through. Keep the back leg lifted. Inhale, right arm to the sky, twist. Exhale, release, right hand down, step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Tadasana. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the mat, step back to plank. Chaturanga, lowering half or all the way down to up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Knee to nose, hover, and step through. Left arm to the sky, twist, and release. Left hand down, step forward and fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Folding down, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to the mat, step or hop back, moving through your flow of choice. Strength does not need to be frenetic or chaos. Slow and strong. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Come forward to three-legged plank. You can either keep that right leg lifted or bring the toes back down into side plank. Left hand stays down, roll onto the left edge of the foot. And we have options here. So if that's like, whoa, no, not today, bring the left leg down and then maybe hover the right foot. Awesome. Reaching up through those top fingers, the shoulders are stacked. And release. You might bring the top foot down as you transition here back to plank and downward facing dog. Less weight in the wrists. Distribute that weight out into the fingers. Feel the upper arms externally rotating. Inhale, left leg lifts. Come forward to three-legged plank. Side plank. You have options. Transition safely. Woo. And find that alignment of your shoulders where you're not reaching back or bringing the hand like way behind the head, but really just lifting straight up from the bottom arm to the sky. And we'll come back down. Plank pose, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. We're going to take a breath in just a moment for some shoulder taps, keeping the hips really stable. Opposite hand to shoulder. You could also do this with knees down. Still gonna feel it. For 3, 2, 1, lower all the way down to your belly. Extend your toes back like you would for cobra. We're gonna take a locust variation this time. And reach your arms behind the back. If you can interlace your fingers here, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, just point your fingers towards your toes and start to open your chest and shoulders. Press down into the pubic bone as you lift the head and shoulders off the mat. Try to keep all 10 toes down. And feeling the length in the back of the neck. Connecting to your breath. Release your arms. Bring them underneath of the forehead for crocodile. You can let your feet spread apart and just rock your hips a little side to side. And or bend your knees and let your feet windshield wiper side to side. Just letting this easy posture rinse off any residue of your day. And release. Let the feet come down. Take a little pause in crocodile. And connect with the earth element here. Let yourself get nice and grounded. Reestablish your place on your mat, your place in your home. Just this place in time. Letting yourself be here and centered. And slowly start to lift your head back up. Bring your hands under the shoulders. You can tuck your toes and press up through table or plank into downward facing dog. Take a walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat for forward fold. And then bring your hands behind your back again and interlace the fingers and lift the arms overhead. Letting the neck fully release. And again, maybe you find a little movement side to side or just breathe into the stillness. Balancing the weight in the toes and heels. And letting the face be really soft and joyful. Release, arms come down. Inhale, come all the way up. You can come with bent knees. And exhale, Tadasana. Let everything rebalance. And then take a wide stance on your mat. And reach your arms out into a T. Then bring the hands to the waist, so a little bit above the hips, right on that little curve of the waist. And start to hinge forward, coming halfway down. Your hands almost like a corset, preventing the lower back from overarching and feeling the engagement in the belly. And then continue to lower, folding all the way down, letting the head go and the arms go, forward fold. Walk both hands over to the left leg, drawing knee to nose, and simply cycling your breath. You can even gently press into the feet. Something that can be helpful after traveling is just a grounding practice, soothing some of the vata energy of movement and spontaneity. And coming over to the other foot, and taking a forward fold here. And come back to center. Take one more breath in the middle, letting yourself fold maybe a little more deeply. Maybe you take a little lift and then fold. You can let your breath and body guide you. And bringing your hands back to the waist, lift up halfway, all the way, and then turn towards the front of the mat and just take a step forward into Tadasana. Take a moment, rebalancing, and then shifting the weight into your left foot to draw the right knee in towards the chest and hold on to the base of the foot. We're going to challenge the balance a little bit here. And then start to send the right leg forward. Now you might have a little bend in your knee, and that's fine. We'll try to stand as tall as we can, but we also listen to the body and where we're at. And then draw your knee towards your nose, taking your gaze down, elbows drawing out to the sides. And then lift the spine back up. And it's okay if that right knee is a little bent. It doesn't have to be fully extended. And we're going to let go of the foot, letting it hover. Bring your arms wherever they help balance you. Warrior 3 as you send it back. Step back onto your mat, lunge pose. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Warrior 2, open the body and gaze over front fingers. Peaceful warrior, flip it up and back. And cartwheel, hands come down, lunge into twist. Left arm to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank. Either move through a flow or go to down dog or child's pose. The next 3 breaths on your own. Bend the knees, gaze forward, walk, step, or float to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Tadasana, grounding to mountain pose. Weight shifts to the right leg, left knee to the chest. You can hold around the shin to start. And then reaching down for the base of the foot. And begin to send the right foot forward. Challenging yourself, finding your edge. There's going to be a shake. That's great. Waking up all those little muscles and major muscles. And then we'll draw forehead towards the shin or knee to nose. Gaze goes down. And release. Start to lift the head back up and release the foot. Find your balancing pose. Warrior 3, stick with it. And let the pose unfold, right? Maybe it starts a little wobbly. Maybe you start with the arms bent or knees bent, and then you can grow into that, extending out, finding your space. Step all the way back, lunge pose. Inhale, arms up. Warrior two. Bend the knee. Inhale, up and back. And cartwheel down, exhale. Twist it open, inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand down, step back, plank to flow or down dog or a child's pose. And then lower to the knees. We'll all take child's pose here. Letting the arms go wherever they're most comfortable at this point. And checking back in with your intention this evening. Checking in if words and intention and action are in alignment. Are you moving and breathing in a way that supports this intention? What does it feel like to fully embody the energy of that intention? And just press into your hands and slowly come to sit on your heels in hero's pose. Let's take a little moment here. You can ground hands on thighs, or if you'd like, you can circle the neck or shoulders, or even take a little arm stretch if that feels good. Just take about 5 to 10 breaths to do whatever it is you need to do here and check in with yourself. Letting the movement lead to stillness. The asana lead to meditation. It's not just a stillness in the body, but in this practice, that's where we start, right? That we move through the body to find that stillness, which then affects the stillness of the mind. And you just slide your hands forward, coming back to your down dog. And making your way to the front of the mat, forward fold. Anchor into your feet and come all the way up, meeting in Tadasana. Hover your right knee again. And this time we'll come into figure four chair. You can bring your hands to heart center. Find your balance. We're going to add in a twist here. So we're going to rotate towards the left. So that foot that's lifted, we're going to catch the elbow onto the sole of that foot, kind of in the arch of the foot, pressing the palms together like you would in a chair twist. And if you found your balance here and want to explore a little further, maybe you open the arms, again, just like a chair twist, one arm down, one arm up. And we'll bring the hands back together. Come back to center in your figure four. Release the foot down and then lower all the way into a low chair, a low squat, and twist the other way. Hands come to the right side, elbows now on the outside of the knee, hands come down into a side crow. Now maybe it's just the twist that feels good. Maybe you want to lean into the elbows and play with your balance pose. You just find your depth here. Excellent. Come back to center. Press the hips up, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Tadasana. Nice and easy. Switch sides and hover the left knee. Figure fours, you cross the ankle, hands come back together and find your chair balancing pose. Twisting to the right, elbow finding the arch of the left foot. Press into your hands to find the rotation through the spine. If you feel good here and explore further, maybe the arms split open. Scanning the body, make sure that you haven't gone too far that it builds tension or additional stress in the body. I'm going to push the edge slowly, slowly. And bring the hands back to center. Release the foot and then lower all the way down. Low squat and then twist the other way. Catch the elbow on the outside of the knee. This is a great place to pause and just feel that twist. Maybe the hands come down to the mat. Make sure the twist feels okay first. Breathe into those ribs. And then maybe leaning into the hands, looking forward like crow pose to counterbalance the weight. And come back through center. This time we'll lower all the way down to the back side for cobbler's pose. Feet together, knees apart, and sit up tall, holding onto the ankles. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe you soften the eyes. Choice for you to stay lifted or to fold. Take a moment here to appreciate your body and all that it's capable of, all the places that it takes you. And the ways that it allows you to express, to feel, to experience. Finding a deep moment of gratitude, turning inwards for this whole experience of the body. And gently press back up. And we'll come down to the mat. So you can bring the knees together, coming onto the back side. And then draw the right knee in towards the chest. Extend the left leg up towards the sky. Maybe move the ankle around here or point and flex. Wiggle the toes. Straighten and bend that left leg a bit. And then straight leg all the way up to the sky. And start to drop the heel down with control. About 45 degrees. Check in, make sure the belly's drawing down. Maybe you can lower a little bit further so it's hovering about a foot off of the mat. Connecting to that center of power and into your core. For more sensation, draw the chin towards the chest, knee towards the nose. And then we'll switch. Slow at first. Switch. 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 And one more time, this time left knee comes in, lower the head down and lift that right leg up towards the sky.
Some movement in the ankles, the knee, anything that feels good here. Nice deep breaths. Extend the leg all the way up to the sky, flex the ankle, and then slowly lowering right heel down. About halfway, checking in with the core. Maybe going a little further, hovering off of the mat. Option, knee to nose, lifting up the shoulders off the mat, drawing the belly in. Breathe. And then switch, 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 maybe a little faster. And then draw both knees in towards the chest. Let the head come back down. Hands are on each knee as you circle the knees away from one another. Switch the direction, knees circle towards one another. Knees hover into the chest, hands come behind the head and interlace the fingers. Draw the head towards the knees, belly is engaged again. Shoot the left toes out, left elbow to right knee. So we're in the core again. We'll switch with a twist. Right elbow, left knee. Switch, switch, switch. Find your pace. Keep going. For 3, 2, 1, even it out and lower everything down. Knees windshield wiper side to side, release in the low back. And then let both knees go towards the right side of the mat. You might adjust the hips a little bit to come into your twist. And if you can, extend that top leg, extend the left leg all the way out to the side. Option to open the arms into a T. Maybe the bottom leg goes down the mat, taking up lots of space in your twist. And soften. Sort of like you're getting a ring out through the body, built a little heat, maybe even a little sweat. And then just wringing that out. Coming back to a neutral breath. If the legs are extended, start to rebend the knee one at a time. And then go right into the other side. Take your time in that transition, but just make your way there on your own. Option to extend top leg, maybe the bottom leg. Find a comfortable place to rest your gaze. And rebending the knee one at a time and come back to the center of your mat. Hands behind the head once more, interlace the fingers, feet together, knees apart in reclined cobbler's pose. If the neck is feeling tense at all, give yourself a massage here along the ridge of the skull. Finding any tender points and giving that a little rub. Sending some love and gratitude and healing into your body. Relaxing the space behind the eyes as you massage the head. And just finding a comfortable place to rest, letting the eyes soften, the cheeks to soften, and the tongue to fall back towards the throat, relaxing the jaw. Direct your attention to your belly as you breathe in and inflate into the belly button and deflate belly button towards the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Letting go, breathing in, let it go. Let the arms come down towards the knees. You can guide the legs together and come into the most comfortable Shavasana that you can. Maybe bringing a pillow or blanket under the knees or covering up the feet or a blanket under the head. Take a couple more deep breaths as you let the whole body settle into this final posture. Breathing into the belly button and letting it drop towards the spine. Breathing in and letting go. One more together. Breathing in and let it go. Find a natural breath, or rather, settle into a natural breath. Maybe take a swallow, relaxing the throat, the chest, the arms. A sense of ease through the whole body. Soaking up the beautiful energy that you've cultivated in your trip, in this class. Allowing this to integrate into your being. There's no need for words to describe even how you feel or what you feel. And just allowing the sense of ease and bliss and inspiration to move through you in all its magical ways. Remembering that the easier you can become, the easier it is for that magic to flow through you. Gently check in and see if there's any areas that can soften just a little more. Take the next breath and let go of any resistance that keeps you from a full surrender and easy flow through your body, your mind, and your spirit. Body, mind, and spirit are one, with such a sense of ease that there's no separation, only the experience of wholeness. And gently let your breath begin to deepen, wiggling the fingers and tips of the toes. Movements becoming a little larger, breath a little deeper, and taking a stretch in any way that feels good. And to roll over to your side. Gently pressing up to a cross-legged seat. I'm going to take just one moment here, 1 minute of alternate nostril breathing to establish that balance between left and right sides, a balance between brain and body. So we'll use the thumb and index finger of a hand and just alternate, starting by breathing in through the left side, closing off the right. And then close off the left and breathe out through the right nostril. Gently press the index fingers into the third eye, breathing in through the right. Close off the right and breathe out through the left. Breathing in through the left. Switch, breathe out through the right. In through the right. Switching out through the left. Long breaths in through the left. Switch and out through the right. Easy but tall spine. Breathe in through the right. And switch out through the left. Maintaining ease, breathing in. Switch, breathing out. Do about 3 more cycles on your own. The next time that you breathe out through the right, you can release. Take a few breaths in through both nostrils, allowing the experience to settle. Bringing the palms together at heart center, a humble gesture, and offering your gratitude in return for the experience of your practice, the body, offering your gratitude in any direction this evening. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this experience of life. And when you feel complete, taking a humble bow in dedication and honor of your practice and one another. Namaste. Thank you, Catherine.